Xin chào everybody, my name is Viet and welcome back to another training series episode. I feel like it's been quite a long time since my last video, especially because of the climbing movie that I put out. Initially, I was gonna plan that to be like a bonus episode or like a bonus video that would be on like a Friday or something, and I'd still be doing these training series episodes. But in the past couple weeks, I suppose last 2 weeks, I haven't been feeling so motivated and inspired to do these videos. I think some part of it is a bit of burnout, but also I think there's a danger of just like taking this too seriously and imagining a world where like I can only record myself when I'm climbing, and that sort of takes the fun out of it, and it becomes slightly toxic because I think I'm caring a bit too much about like what I can record and what I won't. Like if I look good for the camera, or if this climb is worthy of being on a YouTube video, or if I'm just wasting time filming stuff that doesn't need to be shown. So yeah, I also wasn't planning to do this video either, but it is my like 2-year anniversary in climbing, and yeah. On Monday, the first session of the week, I went to mirror climbing because there was a new set that was being put up at Rise, and the recurring boulder problem that you can see on screen right now was a project which I think set like a couple months ago, and it's kind of annoying because I was able to send most of it, and it was just the top section which was bugging me previously, but now I couldn't even do the like dyno move. And something that I felt during this week was like a bit of a regression, or at least like just feeling a bit weaker. And I was sort of getting frustrated, and my sessions were much shorter this week. But anyways, at Mirror there was a new set because I think it resets every month or so, and this white super holds were really nice. There's no grading at Mirror, but yeah, I think this is like one of the like moderates. The hand flip move is really quite nice. So yeah, other than that, the hold's quite positive. They either really good pinches or really good edges, and they also give you nice feet, which is quite nice. The other climb that I wanted to do was this red. I think it's also super holds, and initially I couldn't like figure out the middle section. Uh, I thought these right hand pull like jugs were like jugs, but they aren't actually that good. And what I needed to do was get a left toe hook underneath the volume, and then that would let me hold like the swing much better. You can see I'm just figuring out slowly. But once I did get the flow of the boulder, I think it was quite enjoyable. So after I sent it on this try, I just went back on and tried it again. Now that I knew the moves, and I can actually like enjoy the moves rather than like being stressed out, scared that I just like mess up the climb. But yeah, I think the lack of psych, I suppose, or like motivation, part of it comes from, I suppose, just feeling weaker. Even though the really weird thing is my training, like my weightlifting and my finger strength days, I feel like when I'm doing those workouts, those are the best feeling days. But the actual climbing sessions aren't as good, and I don't know. That's a bit confusing to me. But those are the sessions that really keep me going. So you may have noticed there's a massive jump from Monday to Thursday. And initially on Tuesday, I was trying this new set and I was getting really frustrated because the new set was so like, it was so unorthodox, I think is the right word. And I feel like I wasn't able to make any progress on any like significant climbs. The V6 Plus on your screen, the blue one, which I'm not actually climbing, I think that's going to be one of my projects for this upper section. Because, yeah, it just looks like, it looks really cool. And that was one of the things that I actually wanted to try. I also really do like this section of the wall at Rice Climbing because of the angle change. And I feel like the climbs are always so fun. But yeah, as you can see, I was trying to build some confidence and do some of the lower grades. Some things that I thought I'd be able to flash or like put down really easily. So first is this V4 green. And that volume that you see me pinching, there's a tiny jib underneath for your thumb. And then this move is the crux, I think. We have to, it's almost like a hand flip, like similar to the one at mirror climbing. But yeah, I feel like I was swinging a bit too far to the right, and then my left leg was just flailing about. And I think the right beta is just to flag harder. And yeah, don't generate as much momentum because I think that's too hard to hold. But yeah, here I tried to like, I guess I'm just pinching closer to the start hold rather than using the jib, which actually feels fine. But then again, it's just this like crocs move, which is so hard to do. Like, I feel like I should have gave it just like individual tries from that move only, like isolate the move. So then once I get in my muscle memory, then I can try the whole thing, because that climb is actually quite pumpy, because it's like a bunch of like big macros and pinching the volume. And something I didn't realize or like account for was how much it hurts to pinch these volumes for like a extended amount of time. And then I moved on to this V4 Plus right next to it, which you see I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. There's a crimp right where I just threw my right hand. It's like on the bottom right corner of that volume. And I don't even know if the start is like legal. Because apparently it's meant to be a left toe hook. And I think it's like a layback towards the right. But yeah, I can see my hips are literally in the opposite direction of where it should be. So here I'm just trying that like upper section because I think that's quite easy. Which is something I should have done for the green one as well, actually. But even getting into that position felt weird. Like, I don't know how I'd be able to get it from down low. And I'm just like, I'm just confused, really. And one of my biggest weaknesses, I think, especially because I'm like so low energy and like I'm not as psyched, is like really trying hard to find the beta. Because I'm in the mindset where it's like, okay, this is easy, you know, this is a V4 or something, and I should just be able to do it rather than having to try. This last move is quite big and quite scary actually, but then you get a really nice heel hook to finish on. So yeah, those two climbs I think I'll try to piece together. But the main thing that caught my eye, I think this was set a couple weeks ago actually, was this massive macro spray wall. And Jim Pope was actually here to set this, and a couple others. And typical fashion, rather than doing the set boulders, like there's like, I think there's 20 or something like that. And they're all like graded in terms of like 1 to 20. I think I did boulder 1 and then that was it. And then I started making my own, because one thing that I really wanted to achieve was just a bit of motivation, and like by doing that, I think the only way I could achieve that is by climbing things that I found were going to be fun. So yeah, I kind of scrapped the typical training, and it was sort of a freestyle session. I don't think these climbs are like too worthwhile to mention. It's just me doing moves that I like and like just trying to hold all the holds, because there's some really fun positions and fun moves you can make on this wall. But yeah, just to touch upon the recording thing that I mentioned, I feel like it can get really toxic because sometimes when I go to the gym, it kind of feels like work, where like, oh, I have to get a minimum of like 5 minutes per day of like footage, and I think that gives like a subconscious level of pressure for sure, and I can't really climb to my fullest, and I feel like I just can't reach that like 100% try hard level anymore. So yeah, one thing I've been doing is definitely focusing a lot more on my training, like physical training, because I feel like that's easier to manage and control compared to the climbing, because like climbing isn't always gonna be the same every session, because you know there's different boulders and that changes. And also, you know, just exercising more and staying fit outside of climbing, like, you know, just walking a lot more and not taking the bus. But yeah, as you can see, I think I set like 2 or 3 boulders, and this was one of the like easier ones, where I'm using the start of the black climb, and then I dyno into this. I don't even know what brand. I think that's EP holds. Yeah, those EP holds. It's a really nice hold, and then that's like the fun crux move, where it's like a really bad wooden pinch, and then you like flip into the side pull. Another climb. I think this is the. Actually, I don't even know what this is. But yeah, uh, I was actually thinking if I should like dedicate a day to just this board, because it's quite vast, and I think there is valuable training in this. The only problem, like the only hesitation I'm having is, I feel like I'd be climbing the same things and I'd be setting myself like a similar style in most climbs, because I'd only set myself what I'm comfortable with. But maybe, because yeah, on like the training plan, it's kind of just freestyle. It's like I have like 1 hour 30 of just climbing every day, and I know even though it's kind of structured, I feel like since I'm able to climb most of the easier stuff, I get stuck on like a good 5 climbs in the gym at a time, and that gets really like mentally draining, just falling over the same couple climbs over and over. So maybe I'll dedicate a couple days, or maybe just a single day, to this board, because the angle is much more similar to the Warwick board, which is what I'm used to, compared to the boards upstairs. So yeah, on Thursday, that was my finger strength day, coming off a rest day. I think that's how it works, yeah. And I'm doing these finger like rows on 25 mil and then on 20 mil. I think I'm doing 6 reps and then 3 sets. And it's a couple weeks ago, I think I was working at around 20 kg, and then here I'm doing 25 and 30. And one good thing I think is that I'm actually seeing progress in my physical training. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't like directly apply to my climbing. And I think some of this is just like a placebo at this point. I don't think I'm that much weaker, maybe like a couple percent. But yeah, I just need to get out of my head, and I think this was a good week to just reset mentally and refine my form, because I wasn't pushing myself to my limit. And as you can see now, I'm doing my pull-ups. Usually I do this at home because I have a pull-up bar at home. I decided to just film it. So I do 10 pull-ups and just 10 chin-ups like as a bare minimum every single day. And I think the reason why that's so good for me, because I'm such a heavy climber, if I'm able to pull myself at this weight and then, you know, eventually make the cuts down, in theory I have the strength to be able to pull this much weight. So hopefully that's transferable. And then next is my 1K row, which looks quite funny on screen. And as you can see, I took off my shoes because they were kind of too big for the straps. But yeah, from the last time I tried, I think I'm down like 40 seconds. Eventually I want to get sub 4 and sub whatever, because I actually don't know what good times are. But anyways, on to Friday, the final session, because this weekend was kind of packed and I just got home. Here I'm trying the same moves, because I think the lower sections are fine, but maybe the tops are too easy, and I want it to be like a continuous like level, and I still don't think I've achieved that, to be honest. I do hope that you know, maybe I get to climb with like some friends and we can set like actually hard stuff, but for now I was just testing the waters. This move was really fun, because the right hand, it looks so positive, but when you dine into it, it's really like it's kind of blocked. And yeah, as you see, I sort of didn't plan this top section, so I'm like my mind instantly goes back to this like black volume out of like just like fear of falling. So yeah, that's something I need to like plan better. And one climb that if you were watching closely, this like left hand side dino to the purple, this climb, the crux move was pretty similar to the other climb, which is like one thing I'm fearing, like I mentioned, is literally like a side pull and then a pinch, but on opposite hand. No, it's on the same hand. The pinch is on my left hand. So yeah, as you can see, this wooden pinch, that swing is quite hard to hold, but I think all you need is a good brush, and I think that's fine. And here I was aiming for that purple. I think that's anti-grav up there, but I was way too far, and that climb is really pumpy, so I bailed on that attempt. But yeah, back to my workouts. The 3 workouts that I do on my like dumbbell days or whatever is the military press, the negative curls, and hammer curls. I think I was working at like 8 or 9 kg, and then now I'm just doing 10s and then 11s. So that's good as well. I think, you know, increasing the weight, and it doesn't feel too bad as well. I think it's still really comfortable at this weight, and I haven't like tried like what my upper ceiling is. I'm just doing like these moderate weights, and whenever I'm having like a really bad session, I feel like one of the saving graces of my sessions is this workout, because I know this is like the only constants in the week where I'm like, okay, I can actually focus on seeing really direct impact and improvement if my form is better, if I'm lifting like heavier weights, and just how it feels physically. But another thing is also just to take better rest. Normally I'm resting like Wednesday and Saturday, and Sunday obviously, to film these episodes. But I feel like other than that, my days are really packed, and it's hard to get rest. And one of the things which, you know, since it's summer, since I'm kind of young, I'm kind of sleeping a bit late, so that's something I have to rectify for sure. Because sometimes I wake up and I'll have literally no energy, and the only time I feel awake is like halfway through my climbing session. But yeah, that's got to change. The hammer curls I think is the most comfortable of the 3 workouts, and I do 3 sets as well, and like I increment the weights each time. But I didn't like want to bore you guys of filming like 3 sets of me doing the same things. But yeah, that is the end of the video basically. I just wanted to highlight this little picture, this nice picture my mum took of me. I think the trail is called Ingleton. I actually don't know where it is. Like maybe it's just Ingleton, but it's a couple hours from York, because that's where my sibling goes to uni. So yeah, uh, this was a good like way to like mentally reset and just like take a step back from climbing and sort of just enjoy myself. And yeah, with that, I hope you all enjoy your summer, and please don't like uh overburn or like overwork yourself with climbing especially. And yeah, just enjoy climbing.